Hi, my name is Alex Laritas. I'm a Development Officer of Affinity and Community Programs at Concordia University. And today I'm happy to do a walkthrough of how to use the participant portal for the annual walkathon, the Shuffle. So the participant portal is really a shuffler's go-to spot for all things shuffle fundraising online. So whether you want to track your donation progress, reach out to your potential donors, rally your team members, share posts to social media to reach a broader audience. As I mentioned, this platform is a great resource for you for all things fundraising online. So first, what we want to do is access our portal by clicking the login button here at the top right of the screen. And you'll be brought to the login section of the platform where you can provide your username and password. So once you've registered, you will have access to your portal. If you've forgotten your username or password, you can reset them using the links here below. If you're having issues with that, please do not hesitate to email us at shuffle@concordia.ca and we can reset them for you manually. We're happy to help in any way we can. I'm going to go ahead and enter my credentials and we'll go to the next step. Okay, so I'm on my participant portal now. The main page here is called the dashboard. I am a team captain, so I will have two tabs here at the top of the screen, the personal and the team. Some of you who are individuals or team members obviously won't have the team tab here at the top, but otherwise the participant portal will look pretty much the same. You'll see on the left-hand side, there are several buttons that you can click: dashboard, my page, team, donations, follow-ups, send emails, and get social. So the dashboard kind of gives you a rundown of your latest shuffle activity. You'll see here you have a thermometer for how much you've raised and what your goal is. You have an activity feed that will give you the latest updates, whether you've shared your content to social media, if somebody has donated to you or joined your team. You also have this list of to-do items. It'll tell you if somebody has donated and you haven't sent them a thank you message, for example, or if you've emailed somebody and they haven't responded, you'll see that there's a follow-up item here that says to follow up with that contact. We're going to start with personalizing your page. You'll see that you have two buttons where you can edit your personal page, either one here in the middle of the page or on the right-hand side. You also have these two features where you can see how your page currently appears to people who are visiting from the website, and you can quickly copy the link to your personal URL, which we're going to talk a little bit more about soon. To edit your personal page, you can give your personal page a new title. By default, the title will be your first and last name, followed by shuffle page. The fundraising goal that you've established will be listed there as well, and you can personalize your URL. Under My Story, you can write essentially your fundraising story. Why are you shuffling? Why does the shuffle matter to you? And why should others support you? This is your area to be creative and express why you're choosing to fundraise to support students at Concordia. You can also upload an image as well as a video here. And that's another way to further personalize your page. And what's great is if you choose to share your page to social media, these images will automatically come up when you're writing your post. So if you want to have a picture of yourself, maybe from previous shuffles, or take a new picture with your team, for example, this is a great way to personalize your story and your page. The team function is pretty identical to the personal My Page section. If you're a team captain, you will be able to edit your team page similarly to how you edited your personal page. The same options are at the top, but you'll notice there's a progress button here where you'll automatically be directed to the team progress page where you can see all of your team members, how much they've raised, whether they've reached their goals, how many team members you have, etc. And you can also email your team here, the entire team, by clicking on this button located at the top right of the screen. You can also access this section by clicking on Team Progress here under Team Page. We're going to jump down to send emails because once you've initially registered, you might not have donations right away. So let's first talk about how you can email your contacts and upload your contact list to the portal. If I click on create emails here on the left side, you'll see that there's a function where you can either personalize existing templates that we've created for you, or you can erase this message completely and write your own message. There are a few sections to take note of. One is the template filter. So we've created various templates for you to ask for donations, to thank donors for having made donations, to invite people to your team, to email your shuffle team. We just spoke about that. Blank templates, as well as thank you messages on behalf of the team if you're a team captain. The second area that you can personalize is the subject line. If for whatever reason this one doesn't align with the message, let's say you've changed or you want to change the message down the line, you can remove or add text here. And lastly, the body of the message is really where you can add your individual flair or individual writing style. Again, this template is here for you to use if you need it. Feel free to build off of it or erase it completely. But you'll see there are some standard fundraising texts there for you if they could be helpful. You could, for example, bold text, add bullet points, add links to your personal pages, as well as images, and change the size of the font to whatever style you prefer. Just make sure if you're changing any of the templates to click save, that this will save them for future writing so that you don't have to start from scratch. Now, if you're ready to go ahead and send the message, there are a few ways to go about selecting your recipients. You can first click on recipients here, and you'll have a list of everybody who is already on your contact list, whether that be people who have given to you or people who donated to you in previous years if you're logging on and registered as a returning user. And if they're not on this list, you could simply type the email address directly here and it will be added to the recipient list. You could also click on the plus sign located here, where you'll be able to find contacts that were either added in previous editions of the Shuffle if you're returning as a returning user, or people that you've already added to your contact list in this year's Shuffle, or you've already received donations from these individuals at this year's Shuffle. You could filter, as I mentioned, by all contacts, donors to your personal page, or donors to your team page if you are a team captain. You'll see you have a search by name or email feature here. And if you want to select all participants, simply click on the checkbox here on the left side of the name, or you can select individuals on an individual basis by clicking the boxes next to their name. Then you would click on add recipients and they would automatically appear here on the send to recipients line. Another way to add contacts is to import a list. If we click on import contacts here on the right side of the screen, you'll see that there are various options to select address books, whether that be with Google, Outlook, for example, LinkedIn, your Mac contacts, or even by uploading an Excel file. If you're going to go the Excel route, please make sure that your file is saved in CSV format. I will provide an example template that you can use to manually add contacts to an Excel file. It will appear on the Shuffle platform, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, the steps are pretty straightforward. Simply click on the item or the address book that you want to use and follow the steps on screen. You could also add contacts one by one. All you have to do is click on add contacts in the right-hand corner, provide their first and last name and email address so that you can easily contact them through the portal. And if you'd like, you can provide their mobile phone number, though it's not required. Click on save and you're done. So you've emailed your contacts using your personalized messages and you've started to receive some donations. That's great news. So we're going to go ahead and look at these donations by clicking on the donations tab here on the left-hand side, and it'll automatically bring you to donation history. Again, you'll see that you have the option to toggle between past events if you are a returning participant. So you could download your list of donors from the previous year simply by clicking on Export CSV, and it will export that list for you that you can save to your device. If you're a team captain, you'll see that you have two donation history tabs here at the top, one for the team and one for your personal page. Obviously, not everyone will be a team captain, so for the purposes of this overview, we're going to stick to the personal donations tab. Here I have two donations. I can see the amount of the gift, the date that the gift was made, whether I've thanked that person, and there's a tax receipt option as well, where if somebody contacts you and says, I can't find my tax receipt, I accidentally deleted the email, can you resend it to me? All you would have to do is click on resend here, and that person will be issued a subsequent copy. What's great about this thanked section here is that you can see who you've already emailed via the platform to acknowledge for their gift. If for whatever reason you've thanked that person either over the phone, in person, or in an email that isn't from the platform, you can manually select yes, and it will stop prompting you to thank this individual for their gift. Now you'll notice that there are two sections here, both labeled self-donation on the left-hand side, as well as here on the right side of the screen. Self-donations are pretty self-explanatory. A self-donation is a donation that you make to yourself as a Shuffle participant. Donating to yourself is a great way not only to support Concordia students, but it shows potential donors that you are personally invested in your fundraiser as well. If you make a donation while logged into the portal, then you will not need to re-enter your personal details in when making your gift. All you'll have to do is validate that the information is correct. It may ask you to specify whether the phone number and address on file are personal or business addresses and contact information. But other than that, all you'll have to do is enter in the credit card information and the donation amount. I'm going to go ahead and click donate as myself. You'll see that my participant information is listed here. I'm donating to myself. I put in the amount and I follow the instructions on screen. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the follow-up section. Under the quick action section, you can see how many donors you have not yet thanked by email, the contacts on your list who haven't yet donated, and how many contacts you haven't emailed to request for support. On top of that, under the Your Email Activity section, you can filter all of your contacts by people who you have not emailed, people who you have emailed but haven't donated, people who have donated but you haven't thanked, everybody that you have thanked, everybody who you've already sent an email to, those who you emailed who opened your email, and it even gets as granular as identifying people who have viewed your page, who clicked on your email and went to your page, but haven't donated. And you can see all donors. Looking under the status section, you can then see who has opened your email and who has not opened your email, the date that the email was sent, the amount that they donated, if they donated, and the action that's required. So my next step for Brad Test, for example, would be to follow up on my initial reach out to ask again for a donation. Now we're going to check out the Get Social tab. So the Get Social tab brings you to a menu where you can create social media posts for either Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, or LinkedIn. For this, I'm going to go ahead and click share to LinkedIn. This is my profile picture, so it automatically shows up here, and as does my personalized URL that I created when I edited my page. I can write my message here in the gray box. If you've never used your social media accounts through this platform in the past, then you may be asked for permission. You'll see like a pop-up window comes up and you'll have to click on accept or grant permission. But otherwise, it's really straightforward. You will likely have to put in your username and password for that social media account as well, but it will save this information for future logins. So the next time you go to share on that particular social media platform, you won't have to go through that process again. Now we're going to take a look at my account. By clicking here, you'll have access to your language preferences, your username and password information, as well as your general account settings. Here under your user profile, you'll see all of the contact information that you've put in with when you registered, as well as your match pledge details and your account information. You can reset your password here and change your language preferences if you prefer for the interface to be in French and to receive emails in French. Simply toggle these to French here and click update, and those changes will be saved. If you want to take a deeper dive into the platform, you could always click on tour on the top right corner here. There's a 45-second tour that goes over all the fundraising tools. It gives you another perspective on how to use the platform. So it's quick and simple to follow. You can access it at any time. Otherwise, you could always contact the Shuffle team at 514-848-2424, extension 5427, or email us at shuffle@concordia.ca, and we can answer any questions you may have about the platform. Otherwise, happy shuffling. Thanks so much for registering and choosing to fundraise to support students at Concordia.